Hello everyone, myself Navneet Kumar Singh and I am teaching you heat and mass transfer for your GATE examination. So my dear students, let us understand carefully the thermal boundary layer. So we will study about the thermal boundary layer, my dear students. So as we are studying the heat transfer, so thermal boundary layer is the most important concept. But let us see from the basic how we have developed all this thermal boundary layer and how we have just do the analysis. Let us see, my dear students. So first of all, let us study your boundary layer. Boundary layer theory, my dear students. Theory, so that all the concepts will be clear and you will not have any problem. Let us see, my dear students. So that boundary layer was first of all given by your Prandtl, sir. Prandtl in 1904 he have given this theory, my dear students, and let us understand it carefully what is happening. Let us see, I am just driving a car and the shape of the front mirror is something like this for the car, this car. Okay. So when I am driving in this direction, my dear students, when I am driving in this direction with some velocity v, the fluid will oppose this, the fluid will oppose and fluid will come and fluid will move like this, my dear students. So this kind of flow, when the fluid is not having any particular resistance with the surface, here it will have little bit of resistance, but the velocity of the fluid is not becoming zero, my dear students. So this kind of flow will be like a streamline flow. A streamline flow, my dear students. But if I will do one thing, what I will do? I will just make the front mirror like this. You have seen the trucks, my dear students. Something like this. So this is moving in this direction, my dear students. So as soon as the fluid will come in this direction, as this is moving with v velocity in this direction, the fluid will come and it will be in rest, my dear students. It will be in rest. So when the fluid will be in rest, as soon as it will touch this surface, the fluid molecule will become into rest and it will attain the velocity of this truck. So let us understand it carefully what is happening. So if I will talk about a plate, my dear students, what will happen? Let us see. So let us say this is your plate. Let us see it carefully, my dear students. So let us take this is your plate. Okay. Now, what is happening? This may happen that this plate may move with the velocity v, or it can be in rest, my dear students. Okay, it can be in rest or it can move with some velocity v, my dear students. So when the fluid is coming from this direction, let us say some fluid is coming with velocity in this direction, my dear students, and that is having velocity u infinite. Okay, u infinite. So as soon as, and let us take this is your trailing edge, my dear students, that is called plate, that is your plate, my dear students. This is called your trailing edge, and that is called, sorry, this is your leading edge, my dear students, leading edge, and that is your trailing edge. Okay, now what will happen? As soon as the fluid will come and touch the leading edge, this surface, the velocity of the fluid will become zero. Why the velocity of the fluid will become zero? Let us see. As the fluid, the plate is in rest, my dear students. and due to no slip condition, the fluid molecule will be in rest. Fluid molecule will be in rest, my dear students. Why? Let us see. So if I am having some kind of surface like this and you are sitting happily here, let us see, you are sitting happily here, so you will not slip, okay. But if you will be there in this side, you will slip down, you will slip, my dear students. So similarly, the plate is having some roughness, my dear students, and due to roughness, what will happen? The velocity of the molecule which is touching this surface will become zero. Velocity of this will become zero, my dear students. Okay. Now what will happen? Let us see. So all molecules will be in rest, my dear students. Now, due to no slip condition, all the molecules sticking to the plate will be in rest and will not have any kind of motion. So what will happen? These molecules will be in rest, my dear students, up to some distance. Then what will happen? This is having velocity v, zero velocity, my dear students. Now we know this fluid is having some kind of viscosity, my dear students. So as soon as it will touch that edge, my dear students, that is your leading edge of the plate, the velocity of the fluid will become zero, my dear students. Velocity of the fluid will become zero. Similarly, all the molecules will be touching in this due to no slip condition. They will be having what? Zero velocity, and this layer will be in rest. Then as the fluid is having some viscosity, this layer will be in rest, and as the other layer of fluid will move upon this, what will happen? It will try to drag it upward, like right side, this side. Okay. Now what will happen? When this fluid is flowing over this, slowly the fluid will start retarding, my dear students. So what will happen? Slowly the fluid will start retarding. Fluid layer will start retarding, my dear students, retarding. So the velocity of these fluid layers, so then another layer will be there. So one layer is there, my dear students, one layer is there. Let us see, let us understand it carefully because it is very much important. Let us see, this is your one layer, and fluid, because it has come into this touch, so this has become constant, my dear student. This has become what? The velocity of this layer, this fluid layer, what I am talking about. I am assuming that my hand is like a fluid layer. Now that is in rest or with the moving with the velocity of plate velocity. Now I am assuming the plate is in rest. That's why due to no slip condition, these molecules which are sticking to this are in rest. Now the other molecule will come and there will be what? Some resistance offered by this lower layer due to what? Due to your viscosity, my dear students. And as there will be resistance offered, so there will be what? Resistance offered like this. So this will retard the motion of the upper layer of the fluid, my dear students, motion of the upper layer. Similarly, the third layer will come, it will also retard this motion. Similarly, upper layer will come, it will retard the motion. Upper layer will come, it will retard the motion. And likewise, the number of layers will be there, and they will be retarding each other. Why? Due to what? That shear stress, because fluid will have some viscosity, and due to viscosity, friction will be there. Due to this viscosity, that some shear stress will be there, and due to this, the fluid will try to, that lower level will try to maintain the upper layer in its own velocity or in rest. That's why the fluid will retard. And my dear students, as the fluid will start retarding, what will happen? The velocity will increase slowly. How? Let us see. Velocity will decrease. So the velocity is in rest. That is, say, let us say this is having some velocity which is equal to zero, my dear students. This is having some zero velocity. Now the other layer is also there. So up to what will happen? So as you know, the area is continuously increasing. As the area is continuously increasing, now one molecule is stick to this surface, my dear students. Now again, then two molecules stick, the three stick, four stick, like this. The molecules are sticking to this surface. And there is resistance to flow. My dear students. And due to this resistance, what is happening? the velocity of the fluid is decreasing. Velocity of the fluid is decreasing, and as the velocity of the fluid is decreasing in this direction, like from rest to slowly the velocity is decreasing, and then it will increase up to some stream velocity, my dear students. So what will happen? There will be some, if I will assume this to be y, there will be some velocity gradients, my dear students. We can say like del u by del y. There will be some velocity gradients in y direction, and up to when these velocity gradients will be there will be some boundary layer, my dear students. There will be some boundary layer, and this will be your viscous flow, my dear students. Viscous flow. So the reason where all the velocity gradients are existing is called your boundary layer, my dear students. Is called your boundary layer. Let us see how. So the reason where all the velocity gradients are existing is called your, let us say, this is your, in this direction what is happening, the velocity is slowly increasing, and then it is becoming equal to the free stream velocity, which we can take 0.99 u infinite there, my dear students, at that point. So what will happen? There will be some growth of boundary layer, my dear students, like this. There will be some growth of boundary layer. There will be some growth of boundary layer, and this region where the velocity gradients exist is called your boundary layer. I am talking about the boundary layer region, or we can say boundary layer region, my dear students. So boundary layer region we have seen now, and the distance from this leading edge, I am taking y in upper direction, x in this direction, and the distance from this leading edge, that distance is, let us see it, or let us take it like we will see later on. So what will happen? First of all, there will be this condition due to which there will be some layer flow, but after some distance x, my dear students, after some distance x, what will happen? That this laminar flow will be diminished, will start diminishing, my dear students, because the area will try to increase, because similarly the area will be increasing, and as the area will be increasing and number of molecules are increasing, molecules of fluid are increasing, what will happen? They will mix with each other. They will start trying to mix with each other, and when they will mix with each other in zigzag motion, then the flow will becomes turbulent. So there will be a transition region, where these molecules will start trying to mixing, or area will start trying to increase. So this will be called your transition region, my dear students. Transition region. Okay. Now, and this part is called your laminar region, or we can say laminar flow, and here it will be transition flow, and afterward there will be your laminar flow, my dear students, and this will be your laminar flow, where molecules will have the zigzag motion, my dear students, and this will be your turbulent flow, my dear students, up to this. Okay, now let us see. And in turbulent flow also there will be some buffer zone where laminar boundary or laminar flow will exist. So in turbulent flow also there will be some buffer zone where below this there will be your laminar flow. My dear students, because what is happening? The molecules are sticking to what? Molecules, or let me explain this. Molecules are sticking to the surface. So what is happening? Layer is forming in the starting. So when layer is forming, there is no mixing, my dear student. There is no momentum transfer. Okay. So what will be happening there? There will be no direct mixing, but in turbulent flow there will be direct mixing of the molecules, and here there is no mixing, my dear students. Like less mixing, you can assume less mixing, or the fluid is flowing with less mixing or retarding slowly, my dear students. Now, so this region where this will be happening, this is called your laminar region. In between there will be your transition region. Then later on there will be your turbulent region, or we can say turbulent flow, my dear students. Now let us see what is the thickness of hydrodynamic boundary layer. So if you will see this, my dear students, let us understand it carefully. So as because of no slip condition, the velocity of this particular molecule is becoming zero now, and slowly the velocity is increasing like this, my dear students, in this direction, So from velocity v is equal to 0, the velocity is becoming equal to 0.99 u infinity, from which the fluid is flowing. And in this flow, in this region, the velocity gradients will be there. And the region below this is called your boundary layer, my dear students. That's why it is having your boundary layer. And this thickness where your velocity gradients exist is called your hydrodynamic boundary layer thickness. Okay, so what we can say is hydrodynamic boundary layer thickness, or we can say simply the hydrodynamic boundary layer. So let us see this, my dear students. Now what is happening is, when the fluid flows over a plate, we can see, like when the fluid flows over a surface, and that surface is in what? That is in rest, my dear students, rest. So fluid will have the velocity of that particular surface. So fluid will have velocity equal to surface velocity, or we have taken the plate, or the plate velocity, my dear students, plate velocity. As plate is in rest, the fluid which is coming in contact with plate, due to no slip condition, it will have zero velocity, and slowly, because it is having zero velocity, and slowly in y direction, my dear students, velocity of fluid layer increases, So the region up to which velocity gradients exists is called your boundary layer, region, and that is happening because of what? Viscous flow. That is happening because of viscous flow of fluid is having some velocity, my dear students. Fluid is having some velocity. So the reason where these velocity gradients exists is called hydrodynamic boundary layer. dynamic boundary layer, my dear students. Hydrodynamic boundary layer. So this is called your hydrodynamic boundary layer. So we have seen that how hydrodynamic boundary layer, or we can say boundary layer, is developing. What is the reasons, like laminar, turbulent and all. Okay, now let us try to understand what is thermal boundary layer, because I think your concepts are clear now. Let us study the thermal boundary layer, my dear students. So let us say the fluid with some velocity was coming. Now the fluid with some temperature is coming. Let us see. Or let us take that plate again. So let us see. Again I am having a plate, and let us take that plate is hot. I am having a plate, my dear students. And now some cold fluid is flowing in this direction, my dear students. Some cold fluid is flowing in this direction, which is having some temperature T infinite, my dear students. So in this boundary layer region, you have seen this now. Laminar boundary layer, then transition boundary layer, then turbulent boundary layer. My dear students. So as soon as the fluid will stick to this, what will happen? The temperature of this fluid will become equal to the surface temperature. Let us take it, that is the surface temperature of the plate, and let us take it in rest, my dear students. That is the infinite, and what I am assuming, Ts is greater than T infinite. Ts is greater than T infinite. So what will happen? Let us see. So as soon as this will come in contact, the fluid will come in contact with this plate, my dear students. This will attain the temperature of what? This will attain the temperature of the plate, my dear students. This layer of fluid will attain the temperature of the plate, my dear students. Now slowly in upper direction, my dear students, the temperature will decrease. Temperature will try to decrease like this, my dear students. So there will be heat transfer. From plate to this in this direction. There will be heat transfer, my dear students. And this kind of layer which is developing is called your thermal boundary layer. So this layer is called your thermal boundary layer, my dear students. This is called your, and this is developed up to which the temperature gradient are existing, and where there the temperature will become equal to what? That T dash will become equal to 0.99 T infinite, my dear student. This layer, and this region is called your thermal boundary layer, my dear students. Thermal boundary layer now. And this thickness will be your thermal boundary layer thickness, where delta T is nothing but what? Delta T is thermal boundary layer thickness, my dear students. Thickness. So what will happen if I will change the condition? Means if I will take that fluid velocity or fluid temperature which is coming is less than what? Is greater than the surface temperature of the plate. So let us take the plate to be cold. So if I will take the plate to be cold, my dear students, what will happen? Let us see. So this is your cold plate. Let us take, this is your cold plate, my dear students. Okay. And some hot fluid is coming from this direction. At T infinite, my dear students. So what will happen? So as soon as this hot fluid will touch this surface, what will happen? As soon as the hot fluid will touch the surface, the temperature of that hot fluid will decrease. Why? Because in this direction the heat transfer will be there. And slowly from this layer there will be some heat transfer in this direction, my dear students, like this, and temperature will be decreasing, and so like this there will be some temperature gradient, and temperature here will be equal to how much? 0.99 T infinite, my dear students. Temperature here 0.99 T infinite, and the region where this is forming is called your again delta T, my dear student, that is thermal boundary layer thickness, my dear students. Like this will be something like this. Okay, so for when this condition is existing, when your T plate, or we can say T infinite, is greater than temperature of the fluid is greater than the temperature of the surface, and this condition is where when temperature of the surface is greater than temperature of the fluid, my dear students. Let us see what is your thermal boundary layer. Have different temperature. This is similar to what? This is similar to your hydrodynamic boundary layer we have seen. Have different temperatures. Different temperatures as heat transfer will occur. Heat transfer will occur. There will be temperature. There will be temperature gradients. There will be temperature gradients and temperature gradients above the plate. Above the plate, and the region where temperature gradient exists, is called thermal boundary layer, my dear students. Thermal boundary layer. Okay, so the region where all the temperature gradients will exist, like there is delta T, my dear students, there is delta T, there is delta T, similarly there is delta T. So temperature gradients are there in the y direction, my dear students, in the y direction. So as the temperature gradients are existing, and the region where these temperature gradients are existing is called your thermal boundary layer, my dear students. Hope you have understood this carefully, my dear students. Thank you so much, my dear students. Hope you have enjoyed this boundary layer concept, my dear student. Thank you so much.